What's up, guys? Dustin Heiner with Master Passive Income. I want to share with you how to find the right property manager. Now, when you're investing in real estate, your property manager is your quarterback. They're your key to making money, to saving money, to do everything in your business. Now, I want to give you a quick story of how I realized I hired the wrong property manager, and then hopefully this will save you a lot of bad things that can happen. Now, when I first started investing, I was in California in 2006, and I thought California is really expensive right now. Let me try to find another state. So I invested in Ohio. I bought a property in Ohio, and I literally flew out there, found one property manager, and said, "Hey, you're a property manager? Yeah, let me have you actually manage my properties." The downside with that is I didn't interview the property manager. I didn't vet them. I didn't do anything. I didn't ask any questions other than, "Do you manage properties?" "Yes." "Okay, good. Let's hire you." Now, let me fast forward a little bit of time. After I found the property manager, I bought a house. About 6 months to a year after I bought my first house, I started seeing some discrepancies in the invoices or the statements that I got every single month from my property manager. And I dismissed them. I said, the receipt, I didn't get a receipt for this one, but she put it on the statement. Let me just trust her. She probably just missed it. And then month after month, I started seeing expenses that I did not approve, as well as seeing $1,000 expenses and a receipt that was like kind of forged or it looked really, really funky. So I started really getting questioning. Now I have to absolutely give 100% credit to my wife. She started saying, "I think your manager is stealing from us. This is not good." I said, "No, they can't be stealing. They're nice. She's a nice lady." Turns out she absolutely was stealing from us. She started a business, a sub-sandwich business, and in that sub-sandwich business started doing poorly. So she was stealing money from me, putting it into her business. It was horrible. I had to fire her. Now, this is when I learned how to actually hire the right property manager. So I'm going to give you 4 different steps in how to find the right property manager. The first step that you need to do is to create a list of all the property managers in the area. Maybe get a list of 5 or 6. Like, you want to be finding them. Now, here are some quick keys on how to find good property managers. Obviously, Google. Type in whatever city you're investing in, search property manager in that city. Like if it's Cincinnati, Ohio, type in Cincinnati, Ohio and hit property manager and hit search. You'll find a bunch of them. Yelp is also another good way to find property managers. Another really good one is Craigslist. You can look for property managers through Craigslist. So you can create a whole big long list. Now, I would suggest that all of these different property managers you're going to find, like on Google and Yelp, they're going to have reviews. Now, here is a key. There's a huge pro tip. Literally, I only teach this to my one-on-one coaching students, but I will tell you this right now. I'll give you some actual one-on-one coaching. When you're looking at property managers, if you're looking at Yelp or Google who actually have a star rating, think about the star ratings. Most property managers are going to have like a 2 or a 2.5 stars. They're not going to be 3, 4, or 5. You're like, shoot, if I'm a landlord, I don't want to hire a 2-star property manager. Think about how reviews are given. Who usually gives reviews? It's the people who are upset. Those predominantly give bad reviews. But also think about who a property manager works with. Number 1, they work with a landlord like you. Number 2, they work with tenants. So not all reviews are the same. So this is what I want you to do. Remember, this is one-on-one coaching. I'm giving you some really good coaching tips. You want to look at these reviews and weed out the tenants. If there's a tenant that gave a 1 star and said, "Man, I didn't pay my rent for 6 months and they evicted me. I can't believe they did that." Well, I'm glad they did that as a landlord. You're stealing my money. Get out of my house. You should have paid it up. But as a landlord, we want to look for landlord reviews. If you see a landlord review where the landlord's saying, "Well, this property manager, they had my money. It seems like they were stealing from me," don't go with that property manager. That's bad. But if there's a bunch of negative reviews from tenants, but the landlord reviews are saying, "Man, this guy is managing my property so well. I've had him for 5 years or 2 years or 1 year, and I don't even have to care about my property," this is probably a good property manager. So again, you want to look at the reviews. Not all reviews are the same. So let's move on. As you are building your list of property managers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you want to get a good list of property managers. And the second thing that you want to do after you have your list of property managers is to interview your property managers. You want to interview them. Even though they are not an employee of yours, they're a contractor or a subcontractor of yours. They are your number one person in your business. If you think of a football team, your number one person on the team or number one player is your quarterback. That is your property manager. My property managers make sure I don't even care about my properties. They make me money, save me money, and run the business. That's what we want as a good property manager. So in your interviewing, what you want to do is you want to be asking certain questions. Now, I do absolutely have questions that you should ask. Check in the description. I have a whole big long list of all the questions that you should be asking for your property managers. Everything from like, obviously easy ones are what fees do you charge? But even things that you would probably not think about is ask them a question like, tell me about a time. It's not really a question, more of a statement. Tell me about a time that you had a toilet leak in the middle of the night. What happened and how did that come about? Like, what was the whole situation? How did you handle the tenants? All that sort of stuff. You're going to get insights into how they work. Now, while you're in this interviewing phase, you're going to need to also not just ask questions, you're going to need to see if this property manager is going to be somebody that's going to work well with you. You're going to look for communication style. Like, can you even talk to them on the phone? Does it actually sound like you want to or are able to talk to that person on a day after day basis or a monthly basis? The last thing you want is to get on the phone with, oh man, I got to talk to this guy again. All right, hey, property manager. Okay, that's what you don't want. You want somebody that you can actually work well with. On top of that, here's a big crucial key that I always have for all my property managers: communication and trustworthiness. Both of those go hand in hand. Number one, if they're not trustworthy, I can't trust them with my money, can't trust them with my property, I move on. But number two, I always need good communication. If they can't get back to me, if they can't promise 24-hour turnaround on getting me their information on whatever question I'm asking about my property or the statements or whatever it might be, 24-hour turnaround is not bad at all. So ask them, can you guarantee me a 24-hour turnaround on calls? Like if I call you, will you call me back within 24 hours? Well, if I email you, will you email me back in 24 hours? So communication and trustworthiness. The last one on top of that, a big crucial one, is effectiveness, or the ability to actually do the job. Can they actually manage properties? Number one, do they have other properties that they're already managing? If they have two properties, you're like, well, I might want to go with somebody else that has a little more experience. So do they have other properties? How do their other landlords actually appreciate them? Or do they, are they losing landlords? And a good thing that you could do is ask for references. And I kid you not, I even had a property manager tell me, no, I cannot give out references. And the reason why, because I said, why? Why can't you give out references? Well, because my landlords care for me to protect their information. I'm just asking them like two questions. You can even ask them first. If I can talk to them, I'm going to ask them, what do you think about this property manager? And, are you going to stick with them? That's it. And the guy said, no, I can't give it to you. I said, well, so long. I'm not going to use it as property manager because if I can't get a reference and you're not willing to give out a reference, there might be something wrong. I'm always looking for yellow flags. Now, if you think of a red light, green light, and yellow light on a stoplight, all yellow lights always turn to red. They literally, green, yellow, then red. It's always red, yellow, then red. Same thing with these gut instincts or intuitions that come up with property managers or anybody that you're working with. If your gut instinct is telling you, this is a yellow flag or this is a yellow light, I'm concerned, it's going to turn to red. Always bail before you get there. You don't want that. So communication, trustworthiness, and effectiveness or ability to actually manage your properties. Next up, the third thing that you absolutely must do is negotiate. Negotiate with your property managers. You want to negotiate everything. Now, here's a bit of coaching I'm going to give you. Everything in this real estate investing business is negotiable. You negotiate title company, negotiate with your property manager, you negotiate a sell price, all that sort of stuff. Now, if you're getting it started investing in real estate, I want to show you exactly how to do this. I want to give you my free real estate investing course. If you check in the description, go to masterpassiveincome.com/free course. I'll give you my free course showing you how to find properties, find a new area of the country to invest, how to get funding or getting money for your properties, how to pick your right team, build your business, and make your money automatically and not work a job. masterpassiveincome.com/free course, or you could even text the word rental to 33777, RENTAL to 33777. Now, as you are negotiating with your property manager, you absolutely need to look at every single line item of how much they're going to charge you. What is the percentage of rent? What type of, if you're going to rehab a property, are they actually going to charge you 10% on any repairs or any rehab? I have some students, when they find a property manager and we vet them out, some property managers charge 10% for any work on the property when they are not even doing the work. All they're doing is calling a handyman. Hey, can you go out there and send me the bill? They go out there, fix something for $200. They're going to charge you $20 just to make that phone call. I'm like, why am I paying you a monthly fee for property management? There's a whole laundry list of things that you need to be watching out for. I have all that stuff on my site. Check the description as well for all these great things that you need to be looking out for. And I literally teach this too. So I do one-on-one coaching and group coaching, my real estate wealth builders group coaching, go through all this stuff. I can definitely help you out. Now, negotiate everything from not just fees, but even terms and anything else that's in there. If you don't like that, I'll give you an example. What if the property manager says, well, if the property's not rented, I still am going to charge you $50 a month just to oversee the property. I'm like, no way. If I'm not making money, you're not making money. So that's another thing. You can literally erase that. Another one would be pet fees. A lot of property managers might say, we're going to charge more for pets, but we get all that money. I'm like, shoot, no way. That is fee for my pets, or sorry, this tenant's pets. If they make a mess, that's to clean up the property. I'm not going to give you that money. Or late fees. Like, are they going to keep all the late fees, or are they going to give you half of it? My suggestion, you should get half, they should get half. They work extra to collect that money. They should get half, but you should also get for your time. Even terms can be negotiable, like a month or 3 months or 6-month terms or something like that. Everything is negotiable. So negotiate everything when you're talking to your property managers. And the fourth thing you want to do is to select and hire the right property manager. Above all, you want to get their property management agreement and literally read every single word on the property management agreement. The last thing you want is to be stuck with a property manager and them having like a $350 cancellation fee, which is another fee that they could have. A $350 cancellation fee if you cancel working with them within a year or something like that, or within that time frame. And it could be that their services are horrible and you want to get rid of them. Well, you still have to pay them to leave. No, we cross that out. So what you want to do is you want to verify everything. Read the property management agreement. Talk to, and all the references, try to at least get one, if not two references. If you are in the area, go to the property, one of the properties that they're already managing. Like, get a list of the properties that they're already managing. Just drive by. Just tell them, I want to drive by and take a look at it. If you want to, you can even knock on the door. That's not necessary. But if you wanted to, you could talk to the tenant. Or if they're outside, that you're driving by, you see a tenant just walking their dog or something. Hey, what do you think about this property? What do you think about the property manager? You want to be asking these questions. You want to verify everything. And then you also want to look at the other listings. What you can look for is on Craigslist, look at the other properties that they have listed. Search their phone number, search the company's name to see how it is. So all these things, you definitely want to find the right property manager. If you have a bad quarterback, you're not going to score. You're not going to win games. If you have a good quarterback, you're going to score and win games. Same thing with a property manager. So get the right one. You guys are awesome. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I want to give you so much great investing information, and that's what I'm all about. And watch this video right here. I'll see you guys in the next one.